Hey, Chaz.
Hey, Kelly. Let's let everybody know who we are.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Kelly Ferguson. He is a licensed professional counselor, a substance abuse professional, a master addiction counselor, and he owns a counseling business in Tupelo, Mississippi. It's called Fair Park Counseling, and yes, it's right there at Fair Park. Kelly and I have been working together with his digital marketing for his business since April.
Uh-huh.
I was called in March by Chip Peterson, who works with Kelly, and they wanted to talk to me about digital marketing. And so we're going to talk to Kelly about his business. We're going to talk to Kelly about how he came to decide that he wanted to do digital marketing, and maybe share some pointers with y'all. So Kelly, tell us first of all a little bit about Fair Park Counseling.
Well, Fair Park Counseling, we've been in existence about 4 years, and each year's gotten a little better from the business side. What we do is we do a ton of marriage counseling, we do a ton of addiction counseling, and if everybody, and you know, everybody knows someone that's our family that's struggling with addiction, and it creates havoc with relationships and families. And so, you know, that has become really kind of our niche, is working with couples, working with families, working with people that are struggling with addiction. And, you know, there's spin-offs of that, of depression and anxiety and that sort of thing. But that's our wheelhouse.
Understood. So as far as, I want to talk a little bit about your business because I find it interesting. Notice that you're saying, you know, it's kind of get down to that marriage and that alcohol and addiction, and those kind of addiction and alcohol problems seem to run together and push more towards marriage or cause problems in marriage. And so that's where you're seeing a lot of that. And I know from a marketing standpoint that addiction centers and treatment centers and rehabs just have, just to be blunt, a lot of money to put behind their marketing. I mean, we see them when we're looking for addiction counselors or addiction treatment centers or rehabs, or we see it all the time in search. Matter of fact, we've been fighting with Google about a certain business that does not exist, but it's still showing up. Anyway, how hard would you say it's been over the years to actually reach out and grab different, you know, people who needed addiction counseling, substance abuse counseling, alcohol counseling? How?
Well, the whole game's changed. You know, in the old days, you would go out with some business cards and knock on doors and try to get in with the doc and fight through the gatekeeper, the receptionist, and, you know, what a waste.
Right. Right.
You know, the best marketing in the whole world is word of mouth. And but, you know, as we move forward, with the event of the internet and search and that sort of thing, it's changed the whole landscape. And now, if people can't find you on Google, you are dead in the water.
Right.
So that was our motivation to get ourselves out there, and of course we didn't know how to do it. That's not what we do. And thank goodness we found you. And
how did y'all find me?
Google.
Wonderful.
I mean, my gosh, that's
right.
Your business.
Right.
Is to get people up on Google, and of course you did your own business, and we found you one or two, probably one, and so, but that's how. And we called you, and you came right over there, and we're very genuine and real, and you know, so we'd never done this before, but it was a good feeling that I had.
Awesome.
You know.
Well, let's touch on a little different subject. Same topic, but I do remember when we first started talking, we had 2 initial meetings before we actually decided to work with each other.
Right.
And I do remember that I gave you some phone numbers to references so you could call and check.
I did, and down south Mississippi, and over here and over there, and we did our due diligence
Right.
on you, Chaz.
So one of the things that I do remember was there was hesitation with pricing. And a lot of businesses, I get it, digital marketing's new to them. If you don't understand what's going on, it may cause an issue of, well, instead of looking at it as an investment, it may seem like a cost on the front end until you get further down the road. But how would you say, were those fears well-founded, or do you think you're getting a good ROI? Have we produced what you need for your business, and are we producing more for your business?
Well, let's just start at the beginning. There was some sticker shock. It's like, whoa, okay. But I think you need to, if you're a business person, you need to know the value of each new client or each new patient.
Right.
And we came up with what ours was, and I kind of thought, well, if we can get 1 or 2, that'll cover that,
Right.
and so that was good. So I said, took a risk and say, let's go for it, and it's been an awesome experience. We've done better than I ever imagined, or you've done better than I've ever imagined.
Well,
in creating leads and creating new patients, and you're very, very good at what you do, and I don't understand it, but I don't need to.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. We try to take over for the fact that you've got a business to run,
Right.
and you can run yourself crazy trying to learn everything else.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things we talked about a little bit earlier, and you just alluded to it, is you are getting a return on investment. We've looked at Google My Business Analytics. We've seen calls going up month after
Every
month.
month.
We've seen people visiting your website. I think when I took over your old website that you had been there for about 3 or 4 years.
And you reworked that.
We reworked it, and I remember looking at the leads sitting in there, and there was about 4 leads that came through forms over those years.
Right.
That
was non-existent.
Right.
Pretty much.
And then we've revamped it, and now there are leads coming through your website. But the biggest thing we're pushing is the calls. We want them to call, and they're making those calls.
And that's going up each month.
So as far as ROI, we don't have to give away anybody's numbers here, but we can talk percentages. We talked about just a few minutes ago before we got on,
Right.
started talking, and you said it seemed like it was a 7-to-1 if we took the overall, and that's still good.
Yeah.
A 700% increase
If you can
is good.
spend $1 and make 7,
Right.
go ahead.
And then and that's the average from when we started from
that just is
April
a
until
monthly
now.
average.
If we wanted to take the last couple months, I've run numbers on those, and
It's
shooting it down somewhere between
it's crazy.
15 to 1700%,
Right.
somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
We don't say this to brag. We're just saying this that we've helped this gentleman, Mr. Kelly Ferguson, and Fair Park Counseling increase their business in Tupelo, Mississippi. And there's some other things in the works thanks to those increases. But we'll see what happens with those. Mm-hmm. But if you need digital marketing for your business, whether it's search engine optimization, a website design, anything like that, I would like to offer my services to you. CH Local Media, we've got a great team over there. We've got some copywriters that are phenomenal. Matter of fact, they write great stuff. They've helped us build some great pages on this website. We have some great website designers that we're working with, and everybody is required to know the ins and outs, and it's all constantly changing, so we're always learning. But our writers know about SEO, and they keep learning about SEO. Our web designers know about SEO and keep learning about SEO continuously. It's what's going to make the change in anybody's business. There is social media, yes, it's out there, and you can get business from there. But when it comes to real, let's say in this case, private matters of the heart, private matters of your family, not too many people are getting on social media to announce, hey, my life sucks, can I find a counselor before I kill myself?
Right.
They're really looking for help. No one's going to sit there and tell you, well, some will, we've seen them, but most people who really want to keep their lives private are not going to get on there and tell you the ins and outs of their private life and can you recommend a counselor.
Right.
Most people are going to look on Google, they're going to search the search engines, and they're going to try to find somebody they can call because it's private. It's sometimes heartbreaking. They need that help. Once again, I want to say, if you're in Tupelo, Mississippi, if you're in Pontotoc, Mississippi, New Albany, if you're anywhere within 35 to 45 minutes of Tupelo, Mississippi, I can promise you, I've seen what these guys do. I've seen what's going on down there. And if you need a counselor that's going to help you keep your toes to the fire and help you walk the way you need to walk to get straight, to get your life straight, to get your family straight, to get your marriage straight, I highly recommend Mr. Kelly Ferguson on Fairport Counseling and his team over there. Chip Peterson's fabulous as well. Give them a call, 662-760-0052.
God, you remember our number.
Yes, sir. That's how you can get in touch with Fairport Counseling. And if you're interested in learning more about search engine optimization and how it can change and rearrange your business, feel free to call us up, CH Local Media. Our phone number is 662-589-2427. You can speak with Chaz or Melinda, or we're usually the ones who are answering the phone. And you can find us online at chlocalmedia.com or just search for CH Local Media on Facebook. Thank y'all. Have a great day. We look forward to helping you build a brand and a strong business in your local community. Goodbye.
Thank you, Chaz.
Thank you.